I'm more gravity. Let's play chess. I'm in this game of chess here. Already underway, of course. And made this move that might bring me back to into the game. Let's see what happens. looking up the Polish flag. I think is identical to that of Indonesia, except that an Indonesian flag upside down is a Polish flag, and a Polish flag upside down is an Indonesian flag. Not really, right? But flown high, and the one in Indonesia is not likely to be from Poland, and the one in Poland is not likely to be from Indonesia. But interesting. I hadn't known that till today. I hope I was sensitive with that description. But that's as best I can make. This is an Indonesian flag, red on top, white on bottom. The Polish flag is the same visually, except rotated 180 degrees, white on top, red on bottom. So that's great. I'll tell you what else. This guy's a heck of a chess player, or a hell of a chess player, whatever you want to say. This guy's a heck of a chess player. I eventually was able to score a win, but he won 6 games in a row against me. Each year they won 6 games in a row against me. Right. This I like to see. One blunder and 2 mistakes, okay, but that on my side, that I had 0 blunders, 0 misses, and 0 mistakes. I mean, this is all encapsulated in this accuracy number, but look, the game looks clean. There was just happened to be just 1 break in this game, and then things sort of fell in line from there. Let's do this. We'll review the game. The game is reviewed. Fantastic. I think we go to here. You want the one with the... Yes, okay. So I had black. King's Gambit. King's Gambit decline is one of the most classic ways to decline the gambit. Just very well-known territory here. Black is a little bit passive, but also isn't in the midst of crazy Muzio Gambit or anything like that. Muzio Gambit white. Gambit's a full knight and has an extreme attack against black's king. We're not. That's what we're not. So instead we're in this a little slightly more tame version of an opening that tends to be quite tactical. As black here, I'm just trying to keep things mild. Maybe have some trump. The game is dynamically balanced. That I'm not worried about. There's a lot of asymmetry and dynamicism on the board, but I want to have something I can hold on to as a part of the position that I'm doing well. And right now that part is the pin on the knight at f3. So I'm going to see if I can work into that or and react to white's moves strong enough to win. Lehigh Development. Yeah, I'm a Lehigh graduate. I always give to their annual fund, and so I have to remember to make a pledge again this year, like I do all years. Bishop to c5 check. Right. So this bishop to c5 check is fine. King h1. King h1 is the right move, and some moves here. Maybe some of these are slightly inaccurate. I'd like to see what other than knight f6. Maybe knight e7. And knight e7, the computer sees this as more solid. And if the bishop on b5 captures on c6, then black can recapture with the knight instead of with the b pawn and have some semblance of pawn structure. Remember that? That happened like 2 games ago. And knight f6 isn't a good move. Yeah, I'm attacking an undefended piece, but doesn't white wanna play pawn to d3 anyway? Doesn't white wanna play knight to c3 anyway? So why then f6 instead of sort of the smoother knight to e7? And my opponent looks to kick the bishop from g4. Again, this is not a bad move, but you know, development maybe is called for more soon. Development is called for before that, before a move like h3, which is sometimes in a quiet position a great move, and yeah, kicks the bishop. But you know, this the computer doesn't like my giving up the bishop pair. I just sort of lost the minor exchange, as it's called, but it's not really all that we're looking for. I'm looking for one moment in this game that kind of stands out, and that's rook takes f7, king takes f7, bishop takes c6, and then winning the queen with knight takes f2, knight to f2, check. And, my opponent fights on valiantly here. I'm going to just consolidate and keep material on the board. Keep my king safe. Avoid losing too much material, and trade pieces when possible of equal value. Not necessarily give away the exchange all the time, but of equal value. Queen h4 is the right move here. It's a very strong and aggressive move. There's other great opportunities or options in lieu of queen h4, but queen h4 is just so strong. We're gonna get in here and either checkmate white's king. No, yeah, I was just saying how to, like, we're gonna be calm and king safety, but instead the moment presented itself to push for a checkmate against white's king. In order to stop the checkmate, my opponent will have to make moves that bring his pieces closer to his own king. In this case, knight to e4. You know, starting to get at some of the attackers, maybe blocking things a bit, whatever it is. But instead, I trade pieces, which is within my strategy, which is the strategy for black, being ahead in material this way. And now it's just the move pawn to e1, and black will force a checkmate here. I don't know. Look, the guy. What am I gonna say about my opponent? He beat me six times in a row before I won. This guy's a stronger chess player than I am. This, you know, he, she, or they are playing stronger chess than I was. At least for these first 6 games, of course. Then I played well in the 7th game and got the win to show for it. $7:00. Let's play a game with really quick time controls. 3-minute blitz is pretty darn quick. Let's go ahead and do this and close these other windows and we're off. Alright, that's it for tonight. Well, let's go over this game. This is, I mean, really quick tactical game. So castles was not the right move. Of course, I'm considering bishop g3, and of course I'm considering bishop e3. But I thought I could get an attack going with the castle, kingside castles. And it looks like it's a bad move for white, but this is also a game in 3 minutes type of thing. Let's try it out, see what happens. And this time, hey, it worked. Because this discovered attack is very strong. Knight takes d4 to trade off the attacker. Then after, rook takes f4. Maybe knight takes c4. Queen takes c4. d4, d4, d4. Knight takes d4. Ah, that's a different animal altogether. It's quite different, undermining the defense of white's e5 knight. Preparing perhaps discovered attacks along the a7, g1 diagonal against white's king. Like I said, this knight is now off the board, and he was part of the party aiming at f7. The knight can further douse the flames with water by way of knight takes c4, getting rid of another attack of this knight. I didn't know it, my opponent didn't know it. Torch knows it, and the knight might not know it. This knight is about to win the game for black. Let's take a look here. By knight takes d4, also he's also attacking the queen, so that matter must be tended to. And it looks like the best is c takes d4. White's king is in check. White is in check. And you wouldn't know necessarily right away, but this, that black has a 5-point material lead. You look at this and say, well, white does have a pretty straightforward, strong attack. And the tactics just don't quite work out well enough for white here. All right. So on this position, the move for black is knight takes d4. this mating net. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm More Gravity. Have a great night.